My first guest here, guy knows about baseball. I'm thinking about baseball. I threw a no-hitter.
Well, you would think you would know something about baseball.
That's right. So let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room former Philly. He pitched a no-hitter on May 23rd, 1991. Let's welcome into the locker room Tommy Greene. What's up, T to Greene?
Say, guys, how you doing, man?
Oh, man, Tommy.
Freaking out,
We're
man.
freaking out because, the Sixers lose. We got all excited because we thought we'd get a little bit more out of them. And then all of a sudden, we turn our attention to the Phillies. They take 4. They sweep the Giants.
Looking great.
And I'm sitting there last night, Tommy, and I'm sitting in my chair, reading some things, getting prepared for today's show. And then Hector Neris comes in. It was a tough pill to swallow, Tommy.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's just the nature of the game, man. Sometimes I think it's the baseball gods just equalizing things a little bit when you get going too good. It's the same way in golf. When you think you got it whooped, they bring you back down to earth. You know what I mean?
I hear you, Tommy. But, Tommy, let me ask you a question. You were a pitcher, and, pitchers are kind of a funny breed. Right?
What are you saying, Bill?
Pitchers are a little funny breed, but how much, Tommy, will this affect Hector Neris going forward?
Well, this is not his first go around, being a reliever. The thing about it, the sun's not out today, but the old adage, the sun will come out tomorrow. He's got to forget that and look forward to the day because he could wind off another, the next 23 or 4 he gets into and not blow a save. And he looks like Superman. So, you remember Mitch Williams, don't you?
Yeah, but he had our hearts pumping out of our chest every time he went on a mound.
I know, but he found a way to get it done. And it's going to be times where you don't go out there with your best stuff, and you have to tip your hat to the hitter. The hitter hit the pitch that was there, and it was a mistake pitch, and he took advantage of it. That's their job. But it's a tough loss when it's a game like that. Some games, you can look at it two ways. Okay, we scored 1 run in the first inning yesterday and then score another one.
Right.
Okay, we need to be better offensively. Okay, on the other side, you can say we got to win some of them games 1-0, 2-1, and not blow them. So there's a catch-22 a little bit on that, but I think he'd be all right. Now you saw what Arrieta did,
Yeah, we talked about that.
Keep your head up,
We talked about that earlier, right before you came on, Tommy. We're talking about how he handled that situation. He looked,
in the presser afterwards.
In his interview, I thought Arrieta showed the mark of a true leader. The way he conducted himself in that interview
didn't show that he was really
had to make Neris felt pretty good about the situation.
First of all, the guy didn't go out there trying to blow a save. He's going out there giving his best effort. It just didn't pull it off last night. He's having a little bit of a rough going around, with the split right now, I think. And then it all comes down to command when you come in, and you throw, if you throw back-to-back hangers, stuff, one of them's going to get hit. It can't fair, and that type of thing. So it's a mark of a true guy like Arrieta, a leader. He's come into the organization and he's sort of taken it, the role of the leadership a little bit, but he's leading by example more so than being boisterous. And he's going out there being professional and going about his business. And it was his game last night, and he took it upon himself to go, hey, keep your head up. It's going to be okay. You're going to have more opportunities. We need you later. Come on, stay in it with us. Don't feel sorry for yourself because nobody's going to feel sorry for you.
Right.
Because the guys in AAA are trying to take your job, and the guys in the bullpen down there, there's some guys that got stuff to close with down there that they can close. But stuff-wise, but they have the mentality. That's the thing, so that's the key.
Hey, Tommy, this is Bill Brother Bob. I was just wondering about that. You just mentioned something about there's other guys in the bullpen. Is Kapler's got to be looking at like a plan B, though? He's got to have, thinking, hey, if this doesn't work out, who do you see that could be a potential closer if Neris doesn't work out? You see anybody down there that can step in?
Mentality-wise, it's a big thing mentality-wise. Closer stuff-wise, you got Garcia, you got Tommy Hunter, you got the new kid they just brought up.
Dominguez.
Is it Dominguez? Yeah. I think, isn't it? I think they all got the stuff to do it with. It comes down to that one inning, that ninth inning. What kind of are they able to handle the pressure? To me, it looks like Hunter is probably the guy that I would say just about off the top of my head would be the mentality-wise come in, and he's going to pound the zone more time than anything. He's not going to walk guys and put guys on. He's going to make you swing a bat, and that's what you want a closer to do. He's going to challenge the zone with quality stuff, and that's what they have. But right now, they're young. They're still a little young down there to find, that the Dominguez might be the guy, stuff-wise that ends up taking it. He just needs to keep pitching, and get thrown in there. But Kapler did say, if the matchup is looks like it's going to be a good matchup for Neris or whatever who's up, they're going to use him. If not, they might use somebody else. He did sort of say that.
Bullpen by committee.
I was reading online today. It all depends on the situation. So.
We're talking with Tommy Greene, former Philly pitcher, pitched the no-hitter on May 23rd, 1991. Tom, I got a question. The Kapler seems like he's in control of everything with the analytics and all that stuff. When does Alfaro look for him to look in the bullpen to call pitches, or does he have
into the bench?
Does he look into the bench, see what Kapler wants, or does he call it on his own?
No. Personally, I'm not down there to know what goes on, but I know everyone we've ever had. As far as nobody called my pitches for me other than me and the catcher working together doing it. So you might have the situation where they look in towards the bench. They're looking out for pitch outs, pickoffs, stuff like that. They might, throw over to first base, that type thing. That's what they're looking for.
Okay.
If the runner's on, that type of thing. But as far as calling pitches for a guy, that guy on mound, they all goes beside his name. Don't go beside nobody else's name.
Right.
You go beside his name. So you better be calling your own pitches.
Yeah. Well, and you know how you feel out on the mound. Obviously, he has the ability to shake stuff off, right? If he doesn't like what the catcher puts down.
Yeah, I see. And you see things written in the paper about they're comparing, doing all the numbers and stuff on how many splits he throws. Neris has got a good fastball, when he throws it, but it's all about commanding that fastball.
And movement.
Well, yeah, it can have a little bit late life, but it's all about command, and because if he's commanding that fastball, finishing that fastball, he's going to finish that split too, and that split's going to be better. Now, some days you feel better than others, and that fastball's not as lively. You don't know if the split's going to be as lively. You got to, and that just because it's not as lively don't mean you can't locate. That's the thing. You're going out there without your best stuff that day, but you still got to find a way to survive. And it's all about command and location, and changing speeds. And that's the thing. If you get caught pitching up in the zone belt high all the time, you better have your track shoes on because you're gonna be backing up bases. So it's all about location. So
hey, Tommy, as a player, everybody, we're all human. As a player, if you blow 2 saves in a week, in the way Hector Neris has done so. And everybody, obviously, people say keep your head up. You have to have a short memory, like you just illustrated for us. But we're all human. He's got the players that they have. How do you keep your head up when you have a situation like that? You're human.
Well, you got to get out there and get out and have a successful inning. He needs to get out there and have a successful inning. Now, whether Kapler puts him back there in the situation, or we get up in the game, that it really doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Or he gets him in and have a successful inning. Get that good stuff, get that good thing going again, get that good mojo, good feeling, and then it happens all over again. You've had that good out, and you kind of move forward.
Tommy, does Gabe Kapler talk to him after the game, you think, or does he just leave him alone and just let him figure it out on his own?
I would think probably. He probably kind of left. If he did anything, he probably said something like Arrieta did. Maybe just, at some point, if he stayed around, if Neris stayed around the clubhouse long enough, maybe after he was done, he might say,
No, I heard he got out of the club.
I don't know how he does things. And I haven't been in there.
Okay.
But I know Fugosi. Fugosi wouldn't say nothing to us. It was the next day or so. He'd say, it's all right, you'll be okay. Just get back to work,
Well, I'll tell you what.
That's what you do.
Tommy, I'll tell you what, it was a heartbreak, but like you said, it's a long season, and I just needed to hear from you because I'm an emotional fan, and when I see something like that, it breaks my heart, especially when we lose to the Mets.
Well, I mean, I know. I mean, you get a chance to beat the Mets. You get a chance to beat the Mets, you want to pound them, man.
Right? I'll tell you what. You know what?
We had a chance to score some runs last night, and it just didn't happen. We had bases loaded, man. That chance to get to that start.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's true.
That's what happened.
Hey, real quick, Tommy.
That's the way it goes.
Real quick, Tommy, before I let you go. Reese Hoskins, he seems like he's struggling right now. How does he get out of his funk? Just keep doing what he's doing, extra time?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's got a good approach at the plate. It's all about staying. Sometimes, hitters will tell you, even the best hitters will tell you, sometimes you're not seeing the ball as good as others. You're not picking it up as soon as others. I mean, the ball looks smaller and less and bigger, and you hear guys say, "Hey, the game's slowing down for me." It's like the guy might be throwing 98, but it looks like he's throwing 85, and you know what I mean? It's that type of thing. They see it good, it slows down the game, and they're able to do it. And the other time, it looks like a friggin' BB coming in there. So, and I mean, that's just the way it goes. And you've heard me say it before on the show. Baseball's, it's athletics and stuff are a game of adjustments, especially baseball, because we're trying to adjust. Now, he's going to have to make an adjustment, whether it might be his approaches, at the plate being, not get too anxious and, get back to the basics of what he does well, driving it to right center, staying mentally staying there so he doesn't get jumpy. You know what I mean? And pull off stuff. So, I mean, it could be a little thing, a little trigger that gets him back on track. But the pitcher's job is to try to figure out what you're not doing good and figure out where hole's at, and then you got to adjust after that. So
let's hope he makes the adjustments, Tommy, because I think we were on to something here with the 2018 Phillies, and I really appreciate you taking your time to call in and
no problem.
Calm me down a little bit.
Hey, I'll tell you the same way they tell us, take a deep breath and relax.
All right, Tommy Greene.
That's what I used to do on the mound, take a deep breath and relax when things started getting out of control. So.
All right, Tommy. Listen, man, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you again soon.
You got it, man.